Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another plan with me. This time we're like in the middle of winter. Remember how last week I said that I still didn't grab the snowball fight kit? Yeah, I still haven't grabbed it yet. So I don't think we're gonna end up using the snowball fight kit this year because we're also planning for February 2nd through the 12th. So I'm kind of like, by that point, we're all over winter. So we're gonna use this Breakfast Dreams kit. Still can get it in the shop. I love the colors of it. It's amazing. But before we begin, let me show you how this week has turned out. Oh, y'all, it's looking so good. So the only thing I haven't been able to do this week is listen to my audiobook, which is fine. I'm not too concerned about it. I did get to listen to my podcast for a little bit. I will get into talking about some of the things that we did this week that's also prevented me from being able to listen to my audiobook. So the only other thing that I need to do is the week prior, I just need to go ahead and add in character stickers. This time I took some time to like really add in my character stickers, and I'm kind of loving it. So we're currently on this day right here, so obviously I still have a few things that I need to write down. And then, you know, obviously Sunday, but this is what next week is looking like. And then the first week in February, oh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I am loving this. Got a question for y'all. If you're a mystery kit subscriber, would you be opposed to having the mystery kits come to the shop at some point? I don't know if I've ever really asked the question. Maybe I need to send out an email to mystery kit subscribers, because you guys get this first, all of that. But I don't know. There's just some kits that I've really fallen in love with, and this is one of them. And I think it's the color scheme. Anyways. So I'm just asking that question. Would you be opposed if they came to the shop? I want your unadulterated opinion. Give it to me straight. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said, February 6th through the 12th, and we shall get going. I am really getting further ahead on things. Like we have a week in March laid down. I didn't do, when I did the mystery kit reveal, I didn't do a plan with me with that. I kind of just ran out of time. So I don't know if I'm going to put that one down anywhere. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. I don't want to get too far ahead, but then again, I want to get ahead because it just makes life so much easier. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just, sorry, somebody just texted me on my watch and it distracted me. That's the only thing. I forget sometimes I need to put my phone into airplane mode so that I don't get distracted. So, but I'm ready for the springtimey colors. You guys were absolutely amazing when it came to the new releases. You loved the eggplant in the Valentine's Day kit, and you loved the backyard chickens, that's for sure. So that makes me happy. So yeah, and there was people that were like, we need a what's up chicken butt sticker in the shop. And so I decided to peruse and see if I could find a chicken butt clip art, and I did. So guess what's going to come on February sampler? I know that we talked about samplers being like quarterly for the Facebook group. So this is the sampler. I've decided that we're going to change it. We are going to make them monthly samplers. So on the February sampler, and I can't wait to show it, we are going to have we are going to have, oh, what was this again? Was this the 6th through the 12th? yes, there's my things. Okay, 6th through the 12th. We're going to have a what's up chicken butt sticker on the February sampler. Ye asked and ye ask and ye shall deliver. There we go. So you guys asked, I'm going to deliver. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm pretty stoked for that. So we're gonna have a what's up chicken butt script sticker with obviously a chicken butt attached to it. And yeah, that's just how amazingly good it is. So I have started, so you can see I have my little pouch here. I have started to put like my best supplies that I need filming in this little pouch, and I have it right next to me. And I can tell you that when I sit down for this and whatnot, it's so nice not having to reach up into like a container. I can just pull out that pouch right there and grab exactly what I need. So that has been extremely nice. So let's see, a couple of things happened this last week. One thing, well, I guess you know what, let's talk about Steve, my husband, Mr. Avalon and Ninth, the person who has really started to come in and help me out in the shop a lot. So he has really taken on the sublimation of everything, and he was sublimating the washi cards for this month's box, this month's Year of Horror box, and he has really kind of like learned some tricks of the trade, things like that. Like he's been watching videos, he's been experimenting. We've been experimenting together, kind of like problem solving, because at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff, no matter how many videos you watch and research you do, a lot of this is just experience. Like you have the basics down, and a lot of it is just experience with the different types of supplies. And the biggest thing we have figured out is weather. So we live in a very humid place, and having your weather be cooperative is something that is very important, but also really kind of dehumidifying the area. So we have a dehumidifier up over next to our sublimation printer and machines. And yeah, okay. I'm trying to see what, what I want to use here. What do I want? I think I'm going to put this box as the full box. There isn't like a very distinguished box that I would say is the full box. It's really just any one that you want to do. Let's see. Are we going to be able to do, what's the 7th? Oh, it's a kind of a brown color. Okay, I'm going to chit chat, and we're going to look for this brown color of a sticky note and see if we can find it and do all 7 days of sticky notes. Okay, so we have a dehumidifier right next to our sublimation items to kind of keep that area a little less humid than some of the other areas in the office, and that has helped. But he was sublimating our washi cards, and he's done everything how it's supposed to be. All right, I gotta make sure that I have the color out so that I can match it up if need be. I don't know if we have this shade of brown exactly. We'll find it. We gotta have something that's close. Even if it isn't like right on, like I can get a shade that's pretty similar, and we can just then not color. Okay, so this one is gonna match the best. Okay, but we're not gonna if you were wondering what one that was November 2021. So hold on just 1 second. My deepest apologies. I got that overwhelming feeling to go into a coughing fit, and I definitely did not want to go into a coughing fit on camera. So my apologies. Okay. So we're gonna just start it with this one here. Okay, and then there. Okay, so he was putting everything out onto, you know, getting our washi cards prepped, ready to go. He had done so good with like the first few batches. Everything was great. He was like, oh yeah, we've got this down pat. This is going to be easy. This is like, I've got this. I've got this. And then he gets to the last batch and one of the cards just like doesn't sublimate correctly. And he's like, what the heck? So, you know, of course he did a reel about it and everything. Because he's like, I don't understand what is going on. And I was like, you know what, let me take a look at it. And we looked at the cards and everything and we realized like we couldn't figure it out. So ultimately what we determined is that possibly the card was slightly misshapen. And when it's misshapen like that, it's obviously not a flat surface, so it doesn't matter how much pressure you put on it. That's the only thing we could think of because everything else came out just fine. So, you know, he was like, dang it, can you just print like one or two? And I was like, no, because we've got the wide format paper in our sublimation machine. And I was like, yeah, no, we got to print a whole bunch of them. So I'm like, just kind of don't worry about it. We'll make do. You know, we have plenty to get us through the current open order, so we're just fine. So he's like, okay. So yeah, so that's what one of his adventures was. And then we've been talking, you know, he does the, oh, what do I want to use? I think I'm going to stick with solid colors just because there's already a lot of pattern going on. So I think we're going to stick with solid. We're going to stick with solid colors for the remainder of all of this. So anyways, he was like, what else can I help with in the office? Where can I help you? And I've been saying for months that the biggest place that I need help in is cutting. But it's like, how do I teach you how to do this? Because these machines are finicky little creatures. I know that they're machines. Doesn't make a difference. They are finicky little creatures. They have a mind of their own. They like to do their own thing. And he's like, whatever, it's a machine. And I'm like, okay, if that's what you say. All of us who have used machines like this on a regular basis and everything, oh yeah, we'll all tell you that there's like little gremlins inside of them and they decide to have their own bad days. So, so I was like, okay, well, we finally have gotten to the point of him needing to help out more. So we just got our shipment in for our paper, and I have to do some updating on, oh, I didn't want to do that one. Oh well, it's fine. I have to do some updating on the planners before we release some more, because I want to update our logo and everything on there. Which we've got plenty of planners in stock, and I'm still just going to sell the ones that have our old logo on it because they're completely fine. It was a logo of ours, not a big deal. So those will be there, but I do want to update some of them and also kind of just I have to make a couple of adjustments on some things and stuff. So I was like, I don't need you to do, God, man, I can't think of the word. And my stupid throat, man, I am so sorry, you guys. I don't need you to print any planners just yet. Let's make these adjustments because we have plenty that are still in stock. We only have one option, and that's a 7x9 rainbow tab, I believe, that's out of stock. So I was like, let me focus on doing that, but I need you to learn how to cut. So He has been learning how to cut this week. Oh my gosh. Why did I not have him do this before? I'm kicking myself in the pants for not having him learn how to do this, because seriously, it has been a life-saving endeavor. It has been, the past few days, I have gotten so much extra work done, and I'm like, is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like to have this kind of help? I'm like, if one could say it, I am shooketh about how much extra time I've had the past 3 days to get stuff done. And I'm like, yes. And he's such a good sport. He's like, all I did was stand there and load mats. Why does my body hurt so bad? And I'm like, yep, welcome to the world of cutting. It's not an exciting endeavor. It really isn't. Your body gets exhausted. And he's like, I'm so tired. And I was like, yeah, now you know why. On the days that I would cut, I would want to go to bed and just crash out. He's like, yeah, I get it now. I'm like, thank you. So he's been doing that, and that's actually been super helpful and wonderful. So I've caught up on a lot of things. And one of the things that I'm working on is updating the website. So you saw our new branding, our new logo, and now it's about going through and updating listing photos and all of that jazz. So where did that go? There we go. So that's what I have been doing, on top of designing some more kits and printing and answering emails and just doing some of the stuff that usually gets pushed off to the side, because I just don't have time, and it's such a time-consuming thing, and it's almost like it's just easier to say, okay, I'll do this when all of this is caught up on. And really, all of this never gets caught up on, so then you're at the last minute deadline, have to do it type thing. So it's been extremely nice and extremely helpful to have him doing that in the shop. So we definitely now have to maneuver around and figure out an actual schedule for him on what we're going to, what days are going to be cutting days. We really have to hone in on that. And that has been one of my goals for 2023, is to get further and further ahead on subscriptions. So that has been an ongoing working goal. I mean, we obviously hit our goal every month. We have never, well, I should never say never, because then I jinx myself, right? Because that's normally how it goes. But I always hit the day that we say on our calendar, or a couple days before then. And I would like to just shorten it up just a little bit more than that. And I think we can do that. I really, really do think that we can shorten it up a little bit and stuff. Because when it's just one person, you have to balance it. And a lot of the times, when it was just me cutting, it would take a solid 3 days of cutting subscriptions to get it done. And then you have to balance in everything else that you needed to do during those days. And it's a lot. It's a lot of time consuming work. Let's see. I think I'm going to put the toast down at the bottom and stuff. But yeah, so yeah, I'll give Mr. Avalon and Ninth a round of applause for jumping in and helping out and learning new skills. And he's just flying with it, And I don't know if you've noticed, if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, this last week I've also been really present on social media. I've been really engaging with you guys in the comments or asking you questions. And man, does it feel so good. There has been a lot that's happened in the past month. And it feels so good to actually just kind of just be absolved of all of that now. Like, whatever, you know, we all know stuff, and we all know stuff, okay? But it's just it's so nice to just finally be really out from any of it and just going my own way. Just going my own way and doing my own thing. And I have some wonderful friends that are along for the ride, and they have been so instrumental during this past month. I'm sure we've all like held each other up at one point or another, but it's been nice because I have felt this huge weight lifted off my shoulders, and I just feel like I can get back to what I was before everything. So, you know, I know, super vague. I'm vague booking right now. But I just, you know, if you've noticed that the past week, it's because there really has been a difference in just like everything. So, oh goodness. My little group chat that I have with some friends is just like going off the chain right now. And that happened last Saturday as well. They went off the chain and like blew up my phone while I was filming. And I was like, you guys, you gotta figure out when to do this. Although I probably shouldn't be filming in the late afternoon. Because, you know, that's when they're getting off and doing things, and I'm over here like, oh, I'm still at work. So, anyways, but I'm really proud of my husband for stepping up. I mean, I knew he could do it. We all knew he could do it. It was just a matter of really letting go. And he actually talked to me a couple of weeks ago, and he goes, you have to decide how much control you want to let go of. And I really try not to control everything, but he did have a really good point. I need to let go of some of this control. And I really need to focus on what it is that I want to get done, because there's all these different ways about getting the same stuff done. Like, the way that I do it is not necessarily going to be the way that he ends up doing it long term, and that's completely fine. I think we're going to do, we're going to do this. Okay. We're going to do this. So, and, you know, but I mean, at the same time, this has been my baby. This is what I've been doing. This is what I know, and, you know, like the level of expectation I have for everything. Because it's Black Friday, he was like, you know what, he's like, this is for the birds. He's like, I can see why people would just up and quit or, you know, leave from all of this, because it's different for you, because you have, yeah, we'll do this one. You have, like, your heart and soul is into this. He's like, my heart and soul isn't into this like yours is. You know, I'm looking at this like a job, whereas you look at this as a passion. So you're willing to push forward and through some of the hard stuff, whereas I'm not. And I was like, oh, that's a good point. That makes a lot of sense. And it also makes a lot of sense for like how we need to approach projects and stuff for the future. So I was really impressed with like his whole like philosophy stuff going on. Yeah, it's been really instrumental. So You know, and I was like, okay, I do have to let go of some control, and I do have to go, okay, this is okay, and it's okay if we have to reprint stuff, because it would never be okay when I was doing it, because I was always like working at like the 13th hour type thing is what it felt like all the time. And I know that you guys probably like seeing, you're like, no, you're pretty squared away. And I try to be. I don't know how successful I am at that. Majority of the time I try to be. I'm human, I make mistakes, I forget things, all that jazz. But you know, now I'm like, okay, well, if I want you to cut, I have to be okay with a lot of the mistakes that are going to happen. And if I'm not okay with that, then I shouldn't be letting you cut. So that's kind of how I've looked at it. And I'm like, okay, so when we went to start cutting, I pulled off a whole bunch of paper off to the side because we're still waiting for our paper to be delivered, our new paper to be delivered. And I pulled a whole batch off to the side to go, okay, this is the stuff that's going to be reserved for any mistakes that get made during this whole evolution. So if he messes up, it's okay. All right, let me see what I did. Okay, so I had habit trackers. What did I do this last week? Okay. I think I'm gonna need to, let's see. Let's go ahead and see what we can fit in. So let's go this. Let's do purple. So podcast and audiobook like always. Okay, let's put a glitter header in between. So I'm just trying to fill up space. Sidebar is always my hardest. We already know this. Okay. So there's that. Can we fit a habit tracker down here? So anyways, long story short, I have started to learn to, oh, we can. Cool. Okay, I've started to learn how to let go of some of that control. Like I said, we've pulled a batch of paper off to the side so that any mistakes that were cutting while he was learning, we pull that paper off, and that's the paper we'll use to reprint and recut on stuff. So, all right, so there's the audiobook, and then I need my podcast, and then I don't know what I'll use. Don't know what I'll use this habit tracker for. We're still a little ways ahead, so I'm not too concerned. But yeah, so I've been in a very, very happy mood the past few days. And it's been, I know it's a lot is from lots of weight being lifted off my shoulders, but then also him helping out. So yeah, I'm like, yes, yes. Yes. Okay. So I didn't use those 2 pages. Let's get these pages maneuvered up and out of the way so I can open this all up to show you what is happening for the week. Yep. Perfection. I love it. I'm really glad that I used this. And because I think we have these so far apart, they're really, really close colors. Really, really close. It worked out perfect. Monthly functional sub for the win. All right, you guys, if you enjoyed this plan with me, please give it a thumbs up. I'm sorry for my throat and the little coughing fits that tried to make their appearance. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Make sure you're subscribed. I think that's it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.